Challenges, yes, absolutely. It's very rarely I want to go eat a food challenge in the capacity of like, it's like I don't like for example, like I'd never eat pizza casually. Sure, I can eat a pizza and enjoy it, but like I don't like pizza, I don't like pasta, I don't like fries and all that stuff. I just don't like I can eat them and enjoy them if they're good, but I don't like them. You know what I'm saying? So they aren't my favorite jet food. So even with something like my favorite food, like barbecue or something, it's basically never I wake up and I'm like, hey, I can't wait to go eat 10 pounds of food. I don't think anybody says that, and if they do, they're lying to you. It's just not true. It just doesn't happen. Really, no food, although you can find enjoyment in some of it, it's not enjoyable to eat that much, you know? So, most northern food challenge I've done, probably somewhere in Alberta, Edmonton or something. What was my career path before? Nutrition still is. Ooh, Sue T says, what do you miss about home when you're off the road? Or when you're on the road, I'm assuming it means. Eating what I want in the quantities I want when I want it. For example, like I just said and expressed, in food challenges, you don't often get to eat what you want. So when I'm home, I get to like eat fruits that I want, or I get to eat, you know, let's say the kind of foods I want when I want it. That's what I want to do. And that's what I enjoy. So that's it. That's what I enjoy. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at.
No, I haven't.
Figure out from people that are locked up, you know, doing life and shit, like them get fed,
Okay.
get their priorities. Or if you're, if you're around or anything like that.
Yeah, horrible stuff. Horrible stuff, man.
I was looking at $10 for a tank, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're good, man.
Hey man, have a blessed day, all right? Cheers. All right, there you go. So that was interesting. Show you, I was like watching that for a little bit. Before that, he was airboxing and all that stuff. So anyway, where were we? Questions. It's dying down a little bit, which is good. So what I miss about being on the road, about like food or whatever, I miss most about home is just eating what I want when I want it. Like to eat fruits and foods the way I like them, the way I want them. You know. What are your eating habits on a day where you do not compete? And then so I manipulate my calories based on what I was eating. Excuse me, and how much I want. So to document all the foods I ate yesterday, I ate cauliflower, I ate apples, I ate ground beef, I ate oatmeal and potatoes. Did I say cucumber? I don't know. That's literally all I ate yesterday in varied amounts. So it's very quote unquote healthy. And there's lean ground beef. I defatted it, etc. Blah blah blah. Ashley Marlin says, "Is there any food you could not do a challenge with?" The answer would be anything super gamey or like liver, because I got sick off it before, and I literally have a visceral, nauseous response to like really gamey liver. How do you stay fit? I kind of already answered calorie manipulation, but I do gain weight. People think I don't gain weight. Guys, I haven't, like, the thing is, like, often when I get off the road from challenges, I do what I'll call, like, I hate to call this, like, suicide dieting, like, extreme dieting, which then I've been, like, trying to, I decided not to do that the last, like, year or so. I still try to diet, but look at my face, is going on Instagram, and, like, I'm up probably 15, 20 pounds, you know, definitely a good chunk of that in fat, just from not like extreme dieting to try to gain a little bit of muscle and try to be like healthy and stuff. And I mean, like, I have like I have some I have more. I have more adipose tissue on me than I have in a good few years, probably 5, maybe 6+ years. So I do. But yeah, if you want to answer that question, go on Instagram. Go to like, let's say October of 2022, and then scroll till current date, and you'll see my face. Like I've gained weight. I just don't, I don't ever I try to minimize it and don't eat too much. But yeah, I'm probably about 10 pounds of fat since then. Lauren, just because, wow, Lauren, you asked 10 questions and I'm not answering them. To be honest, I will just answer the first one, hardest challenge. I already answered, actually that I didn't answer. One of the hardest, some of the hardest couples would include my most watched video, huge steak challenge. Hard challenge, I recently did a cheesecake challenge, that was definitely up there. I did a pie challenge, that one was up there. Ice cream challenges I've done that were up there. Those are all very, very difficult. There's a pancake challenge, there's a good variety. There's probably 10 challenges which are equally difficult where I basically died. Do I prefer sweet or savory? I hate sweet challenges. I actually don't think I'm ever doing a dessert challenge again unless it's very high incentive. Do I get jet lag while driving across the country? Do I ever get tired of traveling? Yes. Do you ever have a hard time coming up with new ideas for YouTube? No. What's your favorite state you've been to? Probably Texas. I really like Nevada as well, but I like a few other ones. Least favorite state? I don't know. All right, there you go. I asked a whole bunch. All right, so at least my mouth is kind of half settled down. My stomach is absolutely cramping. I think those are the majority of the top rated or all the top rated questions. And then I asked this on Facebook too, but nobody actually voted. So people ask questions. Oh, here's a good one too. Get diarrhea. Sometimes, and I probably will from this one too. I think those are the top rated questions that I saw. I asked on Facebook for people to ask questions for the Q&A and vote on them, and I hate to say it, but yes, people ask questions, but nobody upvoted the questions. So I'll take another look, but nobody upvoted though. So I don't know. Here's one. If you got to pick your last meal, where and what would it be? Says Hillary. Probably Texas style barbecue with fruits and tahini. Do you ever post a challenge you didn't complete? Absolutely. I posted every single challenge I haven't completed. Any other ones on here? Do I fast before a challenge? Yes, I don't eat the day of, and that seems to be the majority of them. People just didn't upvote them. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Of course, the next time, stay happy, healthy, hungry, happy eating. I'll tell you what, like I said, this is supposed to be Canada's hottest burrito, claimed to be Canada's hottest burrito. I don't know bar burrito, but it is if you put an extra 2 ounces of this sauce on and however much probably again 2 ounces. So add about an additional 4 ounces of this freaking hot. So basically eat a whole bottle of this hot sauce, and it's definitely spicy. So yeah, guys, that's about that. So I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you have a lovely time, and I appreciate you guys. So until next time, have a lovely day, guys, and thank you again for 700,000. That's not something I take lightly, and definitely an accomplishment. So let us celebrate that continually. Woo-wee! I tell you one thing though, I definitely need to pee. That is one thing I need to do. And yeah, that's about it though, everybody. So my stomach is no bueno. That is bad. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you, God, for the day, and please be with me. Oh man, my stomach hurts so bad. Really bad stomach cramps. I'm gonna take some Pepto. Until next time, everybody.
So if someone's going to a fight, why would you tell me so the cops can be involved? That's not like a threat. You're threatening me. Well, you are. The cops just go by. You understand? So if I go out there, something happens, I'm going to get arrested. Not that I'm scared, but I don't need to get arrested. What? Yeah, I'm going to buy something to eat, yeah.
Ooh, so that was crazy, but look how swollen my lips are. I still got hot sauce on my face, but as I was leaving, there's a gentleman, look at this, still covered in it. Our friend Ravi, who saw me, and he said, yo, what's up, man? You need some ice cream? And I was like, what are you talking about? Apparently he owns this Baskin Robbins right across the thing. So while I don't normally eat desserts, I'm going to just sample one or two little flavors because the hospitality was there. What's like, is there a most favorite? What's the most popular? Got a little, that's birthday cake, right? Yeah. I just try a little taste of that birthday cake? Thank you, my friend. There, guys, the odd time I casually eat dessert. What'd you say? Oh. Holy jumpers. Dude, that was delicious. I've never tried the birthday cake here. I don't know if I've ever, like, I don't know the last time I passed around. This is called a caramel turtle truffle.
It's a no sugar added.
It's delicious. Oh man, no sugar added. That's my jam. I'm all about that. Hot damn. All right, huge thanks, Ravi. And here, while we're at it, woo, that was good. That birthday cake though. There's a few things Joel really likes in life. Caramel apples, flavored popcorn is one. Don't normally eat this stuff, but can I just try one of the? Woo! Tell you one thing though, guys. My gut is killing me. But man, that freaking birthday cake ice cream. Let me know your favorite ice cream in a comment down below. Thank you. Which one's this?
That's double peach.
Double. Hit. Decadent double hit. Oh man. That is a double hit. I see what they call it. Woo wee. That is extra buttery, not calorie free. That's good, man. I've had enough. Too much sugar. Too much. Thanks, Ravi, though. I appreciate you, man. So thank you to the Baskin Robbins and Colonels across from the Bar Burrito up here on Main Street in Hamilton. So cool.
State fairs. They're the perfect place to locate and consume insane, over-the-top,
It just won't end.
wild food creations you'll never find anywhere else.
Oh,
In this extended video, we're taking you to the two biggest, most iconic state fairs in the USA, the Minnesota State Fair and the State Fair of Texas. I'm on a mission to show you the 50 most unique, crave-worthy foods you must try in this lifetime. It all starts here in Minnesota, where some mega food factories are churning out tasty treats on a massive scale.
sir? Yeah, put her there. This is our first stop, first day. There are hundreds of vendors here, but we're looking for the vendors who are putting out thousands and thousands of pounds of food. And I noticed you guys are doing just that.
Welcome to Fresh French Fries. Founded in 1973, they slowly grew from a small stand to the French fry factory you see today. Leading this massive operation, Bill Wozniak.
Tell me about what you're serving here.
These are chipper potatoes.
What's a chipper potato?
Chippers, a potato that has an ideal mix of starch and sugar that, according to this stand, make a perfect French fry.
How much product you're putting out in a good year?
Good year for us. 2019 was a wonderful year. We did about 460,000 pounds of potatoes.
460,000 pounds. That's more than like a shipping container
Oh yeah. You know, typically we're selling around about 100,000 units.
in the whole fair.
Yeah, or more.
First, a sack of potatoes is dumped into a receptacle.
What is that? This machine behind me.
Then they're conveyor belted up until they plop into the peeler.
It's a belt-fed conveyor system that has a very particular amount of potatoes that it feeds for our drum peeler behind you.
The peeler is lined with sandpaper. A powerful stream of water tumbles the potatoes about until the skins are all removed.
Does it turn them into fries too?
Yeah, right here.
Now they're manually moved to the cutter,
What is a perfect width for a French fry?
taking this big bulbous beauty and instantly smashing it into uniform starch rods.
We're looking for crispier exterior and kind of a baked potato inside. So we're kind of looking for that centimeter-ish range.
Centimeter. Very European.
The raw fries are loaded into the frying basket. First, they get fried in hot oil. That cooks them through evenly. Then they're moved to even hotter oil, which gives the fries a crispy, crunchy exterior. Finally, the hottest oil of them all ensures the crunch lasts as long as possible.
We end up having them drained and then they're dumped right behind you and then lightly dusted with salt or vinegar or ketchup.
Amazingly, these chippers go from a whole potato to salty, crunchy French fries in just a few minutes.
All right, so the fair, it's bustling, it's wild, it's crazy. The best part about the fair is there are hundreds of food locations and everybody is taking turns going to this stall and that stall. You don't want to blow your whole empty stomach at one place. Now, even though I've said that, I have purchased the largest French fry that you can get here at this particular vendor. This behemoth of a bucket right here costs $14. Good thing I memorized that earlier. They're hot, they're steamy. It's like I have a nebulizer full of French fry scent. Hold on, pull up a picture of a nebulizer. No, not that one. Pull up a nebulizer on a horse. Yes, like that. I feel like a horse with a nebulizer that's full of French fry scent. It's very specific, I know. The moment of truth. Beautiful French fry. It's greasy, it's hot, it's burning my fingers a little bit. Let's try it out. Oh, that's very satisfying. So just a little bit of crunch on the outside. There's just a little bit of salt on there, and it's just so much different from like a McDonald's French fry. That would be much thinner, more crunchy, but it wouldn't have this really satisfying, mashy, steamy, starchy center like this has. I gotta try some ketchup. I'm gonna get a triple fry. It's more surface area. It's gonna really grab onto this ketchup. Look at that. It's like a torch in the night. Let's try it out. Now, I would recommend don't start with the ketchup because then you're going to be giving your palate a little too much razzle-dazzle. Start plain, just the potato, just the salt, and then when your palate grows weary, you can add some ketchup. This today is my breakfast. We're just getting started. We have a lot more to see. Let's keep moving.
Every year, just 300 food vendors feed millions of state fair attendees, with a total of 500 carefully curated menu items, all approved by the fair board. Competition to get into the fair is fierce. Potential vendors know that in just 12 days here, you could make a small fortune. Next up, we're meeting a state fair food boss with a menu item so outrageous, it took 5 years to be approved.
Brad, give me a handshake. I'm very excited. This interview is going to be rated C because it's about to get pornographic. Are you into pornography?
Brad Rebar grew up at the Minnesota State Fair, where his family ran a sanitation business for over 68 years. Brad got the idea for selling corn from another fair in nearby Wisconsin.
I tried it for the first time. I've never seen roasted corn in my life. I took a bite, turned around, bought another one. It's so good.
But before he could turn this idea into a dream business, he had a lot of convincing to do.
Everybody told me nobody's going to buy sweet corn, it won't sell. And it took 5 years for the fair to approve the idea.
Wow. To approve corn. They're like, listen, guys, this guy has a radical idea, corn. And that took 5 years to approve.
There are 12,000 different species of corn in the world, and that's not counting deep sea underwater corn. But Minnesota is well known for its sweet corn.
Very tender, very sweet. This seed actually comes from Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Although the seeds flew in from Japan, this corn was grown here in Minnesota, specifically for this event.
I'm curious how much you sell in a good year. And you can measure it however you want. Like bathtub fulls is what I usually use for measurements.
If you want to put it that way, we're probably doing 600 bathtubs a night.
Wow. That's a lot of bathtubs of corn. Yes.
First, they take the refrigerated sweet corn and slide it down to the soaking tub.
Try to keep the corn refrigerated first to keep the starch from building up.
Here, it soaks for 10 to 15 minutes before it moves to the grill.
If we get real busy, it might not hit the water very long.
This custom-made gas grill was built specifically for this operation, ensuring a nice, even heat and pinpoint caramelization.
I don't think I've ever had a well-roasted, really like caramelized piece of sweet corn. So I definitely want to try that today.
Add water to steam the corn, or maybe they're just doing that for the cameras. I'm not sure. Once cooked, husk it and dip it in a vat of melted butter.
Is it salted or unsalted?
Salted butter.
Salted butter.
The seasoning is up to you.
Brad, thank you so much. I'm so pumped to try your corn. I've tried a lot of different corn, but I've never had this type of sweet corn in Minnesota from Japan.
Okay.
Let's see. enough of the interview, enough of the story. I finally have this big, thick piece of corn in my hands right now. On one side, it's kind of rare. On the other side, it's a more medium well. So you have a variety of textures and flavors here. And he said it actually caramelizes the sugars inside. So that should create a really new, unique type of taste. I'm gonna go for it. I don't know, where do you start? Do you start corn in the middle? On the side? Do you eat it like this?
Yeah, you eat like that.
I don't think she's giving me the right advice. All right, let's give it a shot. Oh, that's some good corn. It's so delicious. It's salty, it's peppery, and it's just buttery enough. The thing with sweet corn is it has a lot of flavor already. You don't want to overdo the butter. I've seen people who have destroyed their palates through years of junk food abuse. It needs to be literally half butter for them to enjoy it. But here, they just give it a little bit of a dip. Not a lot of bit of a dip, just a little bit of a dip. Brad, not Bradley. Inside, he told me I was going to have a corngasm, and I think he's right. This video is now demonetized.
The Minnesota State Fair started in 1854 with a mission to promote the state's agriculture. At first, the fair's location changed every year, but in 1885 it found its permanent location right here where we are today. It wasn't until 1989 when the fair got its first giant bird leg vendor. Meet Cheryl.
Cheryl, can I have a handshake?
Cheryl and her husband have sold turkey legs all over the USA.
We do this fair. We do the South Carolina State Fair, the Florida State Fair, and the Florida Strawberry Fair.
Oh, that's a lot of traveling.
But in order to roast up this beautiful turkey leg bounty, they had to go mobile. This turkey mobile drives from here to Florida. When it's parked up and ready, this roaming rotisserie can roast up to 700 legs at once. That's my kind of food truck.
How much does it cost for one?
Costs $15.
That seems very reasonable. It's huge, it's protein packed, it's a lot of food. Do you see people trying to go at this by themselves, or are they sharing it among a small community of people?
A lot of times a family will come up with 5 and they might order 3 to 5. If you look at them out there, there's nothing left on the bone.
Usually, the only time you'll see a turkey leg whole is Thanksgiving.
How many of these are you selling during the whole Minnesota State Fair?
And in that case, you gotta share it with your already buzzed up Uncle Sonny.
We usually bring a semi-load in. What is it, Mike? 800 or 900?
Here, it's just you and this Flintstone-sized bird leg, a fair snack that became popular at Disney.
We use the same turkey leg that Disney World does. So this is the exact same turkey leg from the exact same company in Tampa, Florida.
So it's already cooked when you get it?
Exactly.
Why do you choose to do it that way, and have you always done it that way?
I've just not found that the raw turkey leg is as good of a tasting turkey
Are you
leg.
talking about eating a turkey leg raw?
The process starts with their pre-smoked turkey legs. These plus-sized thighs roast in the turkey trailer for 1 to 2 hours.
You go through 200 cases in a day, you don't have time to cook from raw.
Then they're moved to the grill to crisp up the skin.
And the raw does not taste like ham. These taste more like ham.
Finally, wrap it in tin foil to keep it hot and serve.
Today I've basically been eating like a vegetarian. French fries, corn, but now it's time for some meat. Here, look at this. A big, beautiful turkey leg, all nestled up in swaddling clothes, like the baby turkey Jesus. I think they put tin foil on there to help preserve the heat. We're gonna slowly peel that back like a beautiful, meaty banana. Yes, this is a giant leg. This must have been one beast of a bird. Ooh, it smells good. It smells smoky, fatty, greasy. Let's go for it. It's so hot, it's so juicy, it just slides right down. It's oily, it's fatty, but it actually has more of a hammy taste to it than a turkey taste. I'm not sure why a hammy flavor is so desired, but I think that's what happens when you smoke the meat. It just gives it more of a cured kind of flavor to it. Oh, yes. Now this is just a pure skin shot right here. Wait, I'm gonna pop that back. Oh, it's just a whole different texture, a whole different flavor, very desirable. That's what you want. All right, so right here, guys, this part of the turkey leg is like a release valve. I'm gonna pull that back. Yes, bingo. Look at the inside of this. That looks so good. I feel like I've been eating for 10 minutes now, and I'm not even halfway done with it. This is a great value. And to imagine, they're selling a literal truckload of this every year here at the State Fair. Incredible.
Every new vendor at this fair hopes to become the next Martha, a Minnesota State Fair icon who turned a simple recipe into $1 million business just by selling cookies.
Martha?
Yes.
Put her there.
Okay.
Meet the queen of this cookie dough kingdom, Sweet Martha. She and her business partners started with a tiny cookie stand. Over 40 years, she built it into a cookie empire.
It's all just one thing on the menu, right?
That's right.
And that's genius about what you do here, because a lot of people might think, oh, I should have 6 or 7 really good things, or you take one thing and really perfect it and make a lot of it.
Absolutely.
So for you, in a really good year, like 2019, do you
Yes.
know about how many cookies you sold?
In 2019, we probably sold at least about 3 million cookies a day.
Their super secret cookie recipe is an amalgam of several mothers' recipes. They've got the same great taste from day one, but over time, small adjustments were made to the recipe, so it's better suited to cooking at such a large scale.
Let's talk about the recipe. Could you write it down exactly for me?
Well, I would not do that, no.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Martha's cookies start with their secret dry mix.
What is more secret, the ingredients or the ratio?
Then add shortening and water.
Probably both.
Probably both. Okay, I'm gonna guess.
When the mixture is combined, it's time for the chocolate chips.
Flour.
Yeah, there's flour in
Pickle
there.
juice.
No, I don't
No,
think
I'm
so.
already messing it
Yeah.
up.
All this goes into a dolloping machine, which portions this giant glob of cookie dough into perfect cookie-sized chunks and spreads them on a baking tray. The chunks are manually spread out to create enough space for each cookie. When the tray is ready, it's placed on a cooking rack. This whole rack goes into the oven for 10 to 12 minutes, depending on the weather.
Basically, we have all open windows around here, so we're sort of working outside.
So the humidity could affect the cookie.
Exactly.
When the cookies come out of the oven, they're still too gooey to eat. They need a quick rest before they're served in a cone or a bucket.
Is it still gonna be warm when I bite into it?
Yes, that's what we time.
Piled high and served to eager crowds who might only get to try this treat once a year.
All over the fair, you can see people walking around with these buckets, and alas, it is my turn to try it out. Martha, thank you so much.
So nice to talk to you.
Our final meal of the day, you have to end with something sweet. Even though you eat a bunch of savory, rich foods, you always have room for dessert. This is a lot of dessert. This whole thing is 4 dozen cookies. And you're like, cool, thanks for the math problem. So that's approximately 48. Boom, nailed it. Take that, Mr. Johnson. Oh, they're so nice. When you grab onto it, you can feel that the edges are just more crispy. They've bubbled up more, and it's doughy in the middle. Oh, the edge. The edge is gonna be crispy. Oh, it's so satisfying. Great texture, great crunchiness on the outside. Then as you get to the inside, doughy, soft. And the middle just melts on your tongue. The only thing I'm missing right now is some milk. Let me get some milk. Hi, now I have milk. Take the cookie, give it a little bit of a dip. Oh my God, Santa Claus would murder a child for this. It's that good. I love it. Calvin, Sunny, welcome to the Minnesota State Fair.
Thank you.
Today, it's all about the bizarre, strange food combinations that sound insane.
I'm talking weird, unique flavor combinations that should not exist. And in fact, some of them are an abomination to our Lord and Savior.
I didn't sign up for that.
But what if I told you it's all free?
I'm down.
Really?
Yeah, of course. I mean, freeze my middle name.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Bizarre foods at the Minnesota State Fair. Let's go. And then you walk that way. Classic comedy duo.
The Blue Barn. It was first established in 2014. The menu, food that adds a twist to Minnesota classics.
Stephanie?
Co-owner Stephanie has been here from the beginning.
People think I don't have friends, but Calvin hangs out with me voluntarily.
Hey, friends are good.
This barn boasts a huge kitchen and staff with great-looking headwear.
How hard is it to find a spot here at the State Fair?
Okay, so I tried for 9 years.
Wow.
And get financing for a building that you own, but you really can't take with you.
Yeah, you can't do anything with it except for 2 weeks a year.
They're all about comfort food that's shareable, easy to eat, and addictive. But just because they have a great food invention doesn't always mean they get to add it to their menu.
You have to put everything goes through a review process with the fair. Once they approve it, it's embargoed until food release day.
This year you have a brand new item.
Yep.
We're here for, what is the full name?
The buffalo chicken doskit.
Okay, now what the heck is a doskit?
It's
This recipe starts with buttermilk biscuit mix.
It has buffalo, chicken, it has dough, it has skits.
No buffaloes were harmed in this.
Oh, no buffalo.
None.
I got him a vegan. He doesn't eat buffalo, but he will eat chicken.
I will. Then add buffalo sauce, diced chicken, and mix. Scoop that mixture to form balls. Then deep fry the dough. This ingredient mixed with this shape, it's not a donut, it's not a biscuit, it's a dough skit.
We take a vanilla icing, lace it with Frank's Red Hot to give it that buffalo.
Sweet frosting mixed with buffalo wing sauce.
A little sassy.
Finish it off with sprinkled bacon bits, panko breadcrumbs, and chopped parsley.
This is a Frankenstein of a concoction. I was expecting a donut that looked like a donut, but here it's almost like they pre-chewed it for you. Here's just some little bites. You don't even have to chew them. Cheers. Well, hey man, I like the texture of the biscuit because it's nice and kind of hard and crunchy on the outside, a little bit softer on the inside. Then I'm eating the sauce over here and I'm like, wait, is this a frosting sauce with buffalo or a buffalo sauce with a little bit of frosting?
It is more on the sweeter side. The chicken is folded inside, but I don't really see much of the chicken in the dish.
I mean, if you put a gun to my head, or an AK-47, rocket launcher, I mean, even a big machete.
What about a water gun?
Water gun wouldn't do it.
Okay.
If you put any kind of lethal device next to my head and said, hey, do you taste chicken? I would say, can you not put that by my head? And then I would say, no, I don't taste chicken.
I love her creativity. I love that she took something that no one else is gonna do.
No. It's really interesting that this has to be approved
By a board.
It's a buffalo chicken biscandwich.
Bistonut.
Bit.
Don't skid.
Aha. Is this gonna make it to next year? We'll have to wait around to find out.
I'm gonna ask her POS and her accountant.
Like Blue Barn, other adventurous vendors attempt to push the envelope with twisted food innovations.
Michelle,
Hey, nice to see you guys.
This includes Michelle from Andy's Grill.
quick question. Andy's Grill. How do I know when to add an E to the word grill and when not to?
We just thought we'd get creative because it kind of covered more of the sign.
Oh, yeah, it's very symmetrical now.
Yeah.
This place goes back to 1987, a family business that's famous for food that's everything Philly.
So I've noticed the strategy around the fair is different for everybody. I saw a guy selling corn and only corn. How many different menu items do you have here?
No, we had probably about 12.
12 is already a lot.
This year we added our waffle burger. That's kind of a new twist to a hamburger.
Imagine how you'd make a normal bacon cheeseburger. Well, this is kind of like that. On the flat top, they cook up beef patties, cheese, and bacon together. Here's where it gets wild. Instead of buns, and stay with me here, they use waffles. Waffles infused with maple syrup and crunchy pearl candy.
This year, it's all about the waffle burger, but we need something to wash it down with. I've heard that people travel from near and far, but mostly from near, to get the special beer you have. Can you tell me about this beer?
The chocolate chip cookie beer. It's to die for. It's an amber beer that's infused with chocolate, vanilla, and it's rimmed with 100% chocolate.
Is it like drinking a cookie?
It has a little bit of a taste like that.
She sold me.
Yeah, I love beer, but we can pretend it's a cookie for the show.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
It is still before morning, 11:59.
If we drink the beers right now, it'll be breakfast beers.
It's really more of a dessert beer, but let's go for it. What?
I've never had chocolate sprinkles on my beer before in my life.
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
I feel like it's a nice thought. I think it's cool to have chocolate and sugar with your beers.
It's a nice thought, like when someone gets you a pecan pie for your birthday, but you're allergic to nuts. We've got syrup on the side, but I think first we should just try to dig in with a bite. It's gonna be tough to get a big bite. I have a small mouth.
You gotta go even smaller than that.
Oh,
The waffle is quite sweet.
it's candied.
Yeah.
Inside the waffle, you can feel little candied, crunchy bits breaking apart.
This reminds me of a breakfast burger.
Like a McGriddle.
A McGriddle.
Another bite?
Do I have to? That's good.
I kind of like it.
Are you starting to feel aroused?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's dip that and see how it is.
We got some syrup in here.
The move is going to dip, and then you want to pull it up so that it drops right back into the burger. This is the whole sweet and savory. I'm trying to explain the food right now. This is the whole sweet and savory Minnesota Fair type food. And it's inventive, and it's bizarre.
Are you trying to not take a bite?
Mr. Big Shot, tell me what you want from me.
This bizarre breakdown continues at Dino's Gyro. They specialize in all types of gyros, a popular street food in Greece. But this year, they've decided to cross over with a taste of Italy.
I just got back from Dino's Gyros and I got an order of a Greek food that you might not expect.
What is this actually?
Well, first of all, are you familiar with a gyro?
Do you mean gyro?
I meant gyro.
Then yes, I am.
Imagine a gyro with all the delicious shaved lamb and fresh cream, tomato, feta cheese.
Feta cheese.
Take that, throw it in a blender, and put it in a ravioli.
But a ravioli isn't Greek.
Exactly.
Ravioli. It's pasta stuffed with something delicious like meat, cheese, or hopefully both. Here, these mad food scientists have put all the ingredients from a Greek gyro, including this delicious roasted and seasoned gyro meat, and they've shoved it into this Italian ravioli shell with a roasted garlic dressing.
I've had ravioli many times before, but that comes from a can. There's also another way to make it, which is boil it. But there's actually a third way to make it. That is actually frying the ravioli. Now, are we at the fair or are we not at the fair?
We are at the fair.
We gotta fry some stuff.
I can't wait to try this out. It's a one-biter.
Ooh, you're gonna try to do one bite?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna take 2 bites.
Because your mouth is so small?
Yeah.
Okay. It's so zesty.
The first thing you taste is the sauce on the outside. It's garlicky, it's rich. That fried texture of the ravioli is so different because I love a boiled ravioli. It's so fun to chew through, almost like a doughy, al dente ravioli.
I like how they combined all the ingredients inside. It's the whole gyro and made into bite-sized, walkable pieces.
Oh, walkable. You can take it on a ride, take it in a photo booth. You can take it into the little animal area, secretly feed it to an alpaca.
But you can't take it swimming.
Now for a food combination that'll really make you question your existence.
I just grew up in this state and I assumed everything I ate was pretty normal. And then you saw this food and you said you'd never seen this before.
What is this?
It's called a pickle dog. It comes from the stand right behind us.
This place is called Pickle Dog. Since 1989, this family-run business has been bringing smiles to patrons' faces.
This is something you might actually see at a party in Minnesota. You know, people here might make some deviled eggs and bring that to a party.
I like that.
Like a hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvre.
Is it singular?
There is an S, but the S is silent. Hors d'oeuvre.
You went to French cooking school, right?
Yes.
Tradition has it that a pickle dog should contain cream cheese, pickle, and ham. But here, they make it with seasoned, smoked pastrami.
It's so good. I love it. I want to know why. I'm too familiar with it. I can't break it down.
The crunch of the pickle with the creaminess of the cream cheese and then wrapped in pastrami, that is better than any hush puppy. That is better than any pigs in a blanket. That is better than any meatloaf on a stick.
I gotta say, the pastrami is a huge level up.
It has a pepperiness to it.
They don't make pastrami in Asia. For this bizarre masterpiece, it's $8. Honestly, it's a lot of money. Pastrami's not cheap, though.
I really like it. No, honestly, this is one of the dishes that we had on the Bizarre episode that I really am down with.
This is food number 4. We still have 2 insane locations to go to. Let's go now.
Have you ever heard of tachos? It's basically nachos, but instead of tortilla chips, you're using tater tots, and you are happy about it. Here at Snack House, they take it a step further with a new bizarre blend in a recipe they call
Memphis Tachos. I'm told it's inspired by Elvis Presley himself. He reportedly loved bananas and peanut butter.
And bacon.
And now, see, I think that we do not know for sure.
Oh.
I did 5 seconds of research. Hold on. Presley's fondness for peanut butter and banana sandwiches is well established. However, bacon is not mentioned at all in accounts.
Well then.
These tachos took inspiration from the classic but still weird peanut butter banana bacon sandwich. They're skipping the cheese and layering in bacon, sliced bananas, and finally a peanut butter sauce.
This is something altogether different. Also, there's a tractor in the background. So, I mean, if that's not production value, I don't know what is.
How much is enough for you guys?
When will it be enough? They don't always have peanut sauce in Vietnam, but if I get peanut sauce with my spring roll, I am like double dunking it in there. I'm a peanut sauce fiend.
A peanut sauce lover.
Yeah, peanut. You just really emphasize the T, please.
Peanut lover.
Yeah. Just a banana with some peanut butter sauce.
Warm, peanutty.
Banana-y.
Next, the tater tot. Salty, creamy, delicious.
I did not expect the peanut butter to go well with a tater tot, but it goes really well. And these are great tots. If Elvis was here today, he would be proud, he would shed a tear, and maybe even write a song about this very food.
Ain't nothing but a tater dog.
Don't sing it too much.
I won't.
I can sing, but if I become too melodic, we'll get defunded. We got everything here. The perfect bite. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's try it out. That's delicious.
There's something about this that is kind of off-putting for me.
Really? What would you give it out of 10? Be honest, because I like it. A 3 out of 10?
A 3 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah. I would love to have tachos with nacho cheese, chili con carne, jalapeno, sour cream, all that good stuff.
You're so cliche.
I know.
You're a traditionalist.
No. But in this situation, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. It's my good friend Calvin.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Meet Stina and Luis. She's the co-founder and he's the corporate chef of Nordic Waffles. Their products are being sold across 10 states in the USA. It all started here in Minnesota about 6 years ago.
First of all, you come from pretty different places, right? I mean, you're originally from Mexico.
Yes, from Mexico.
Originally from Norway.
Uh-huh.
And then you met in Minnesota?
Yes.
Stina earned herself the title of Waffle Queen in Norway, but she decided to move here where she could introduce her traditional heart-shaped waffles.
Waffles in Norway is a big tradition, and it's also, you know, how kids in America make lemonade. That's what kids in Norway do too. They start selling their waffles and their little...
A little waffle stand.
I love that. If you do that here, you will be arrested by the police if you do not have a permit.
Eventually, she met Luis, and together they're making waffle magic. Here, they offer waffle toppings you won't find in Norway or anywhere else for that matter. Breakfast waffles, a s'mores waffle, even a smoked salmon waffle.
With my vision of creating a revolution with waffles, which we in Nordic Waffles call the Wafflelution, it became a little hard to stay in Norway and do this because people wouldn't try it and they wouldn't eat it. There is a culture. If you stand out or if you do something wild, you become somebody. You should hide. You shouldn't really show it.
Well, look, the USA is pretty much the opposite of that.
Yes.
Can you talk about some of the standout items on the menu?
Chicken and macaroni.
Allow me to introduce the chicken and macaroni waffle. It sounds straightforward, but let's go deeper. It starts with the bone-in drumstick, which hangs out in a 24-hour marinade that contains buttermilk, salt, pepper, and secret rotisserie seasoning.
How many portions do you sell a day?
On average, we're selling about 300 portions
Of that one?
of that one waffle.
Oh, yeah, just that one.
Then it's rolled in a mixture of flour, cornstarch, and deep fried.
I've had chicken and waffles that has a bone in, but I've also had tender styles. I think we'll figure it out. I can find my way around a waffle.
Or a bone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Next, the warm, soft, freshly made waffle is piled with mac and cheese. Then the chicken drummy, a bit of seasoning, honey, and finally, scallions.
Calvin, we've reached our final location. One of the most delicious things I've seen at the fair so far. I think we just go for it. I'm gonna just take a bite of chicken.
And then chase it with a macaroni waffle chaser.
Oh my God, what a combination. It is so crunchy. And then it's just a nice, meaty, juicy, dark meat.
I like how you use the bone-in drumstick. It gets you more involved in the action.
And then that glaze, that honey. It's just, when you're at a place like this, where you're eating non-stop, highly decadent foods, you need that extra hit of sweetness to get your brain buzzing.
Usually, I'm not a big fan of carbs on carbs. But
Right.
here, it's carb, protein, carb. So the chicken's almost surrounded by this carb heaven.
This is our final food. The only thing left to do now is to decide which one was the most bizarre. Calvin, today we tried 6 different bizarre fair foods. Which to you was the most unique?
The most unique out of all 6 today had to have been the Nordic waffle.
Really?
Yes, even though the flavors are common, I think how they did it was truly unique.
Calvin, I do agree. That is an awesome food. But for me, the most unique food, the most ballsy take on a menu item had to be the Memphis tachos.
Ooh.
Tater tots, peanut butter, bananas, bacon. It seems like it shouldn't work. For you, it didn't work. For me, it worked just fine.
Well, Sonny, the Minnesota State Fair taught me one thing.
What?
You can put anything in a boat and it'll be delicious.
And sell it for $20.
Today, it's all about crazy food creations on a stick.
The Minnesota State Fair is famous for putting food on a stick. I don't know when this became a trend, but it did.
This year, vendors proudly boast over 80 different foods on a stick.
They've gone crazy with the stick theme. Here, you can even find a pork chop on a stick, cheese on a stick,
Spaghetti on a stick?
How do you put spaghetti on a stick?
We will find out soon enough, Sonny.
Now it's time for Calvin and I to hit the streets.
You ready? What does that do?
Expands your large intestines and small intestines.
Should we go?
Yeah.
Okay.
So stupid.
Calvin, this is our first location of the day, and this is a perfect breakfast because it's bacon.
The love Big Fat Bacon has built over the last 15 years can all be attributed to one product, a big fat quarter-pound piece of bacon on a stick. During 12 glorious days each year, Big Fat Bacon treats its patrons with these specially baked on a stick thick cuts. 25 minutes in the oven, followed by 2 minutes on the flat top, turns the crispiness to 11.5. Finally, a shiny glaze of maple syrup and a sprinkle of peppercorn and sea salt.
This thing is gigantic.
Yeah, I think two people usually split it in half and they eat their way to the center at the same time, and it usually ends with a romantic kiss.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
That we both eat our own?
Exactly.
Aha. That's so gratifying. That is a thick cut bacon, but you still got some crispy bits in there.
So it has a nice outer rind of fat, but it's not overpowering. It has a nice fat to meat ratio.
Hey, you have a nice fat to meat ratio too.
I do, don't I?
Maple flavor goes perfect for breakfast. It's oily, it's greasy, it's sticky. There's one thing we're missing. Reaching off screen. It's chocolate. Boop. Are you? Is this the day to be cautious? What's happening?
Let's bring it, right?
Bring it.
Bring the 11.
Yeah, good. Calvin does not have confidence in this concept, but I do. Let's go for it. Oh, more?
It's a great contrast between the savoriness and the oiliness of the bacon. And now this sweet, rich chocolate sauce.
Bacon, pork go so well with sugar. Oh, please, I don't want to be. Oh, because I'm a pig?
The corn dog is inarguably the most iconic food on a stick in the USA. And in 1947, it became the first food on a stick introduced to this state fair. 365,000. That is the average number of corn dogs consumed here each year. But why go for an old school dog when you could have a mega dog?
When I first saw this, I was wondering where the heck do you get an 18-inch sausage? What they actually do, multiple dogs, 1, 2, 3, on top of each other.
The dogs are concealed with a thick layer of cornmeal batter, then immersed in bubbling oil. Fry until it's golden.
Oh, that's so hot. But it's so delicious. A nice plump wiener inside. Beautiful, bready, crispy, crunchy corn dog shell on the outside.
Yes, the cornmeal is sweet, has a nice exterior where it's crunchy, and the color on it, that is really good golden fry.
The shop behind us has been serving these since 1954.
Corn dogs, yummy, yummy.
This one is their longest variation, but there's a dilemma coming up. The stick, what do you keep doing? At some point, it's gonna go through me, Calvin.
I'll be a new co-host.
I know your plan now. That I die and you take over the show. I'm taking you out of my will immediately. Why did I just say, in the event that I die, Calvin takes over the best ever food review show? I'm taking that clause out. You get my shoe collection instead.
The state fair is packed with edible nostalgia, but it's also a field for creativity and innovation. The Blue Barn is a sturdy player on that field. For 8 years, this building has been a reliable destination for good old comfort food, and their best seller happens to be on a stick.
Here we have Nashville chicken on a stick.
Have you ever had a Nashville hot chicken before? It's all the craze right now.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay, voiceover.
Nashville hot chicken is fried chicken with a major kick from their cayenne pepper hot sauce. At Blue Barn, they start with chicken breast marinated in buttermilk, egg, hot sauce, and some secret spices. Once the breasts soak up all those zesty flavors, they're coated with crushed cornflakes. Then on the skewer and in the frying pan. Then it's out for a slather of their signature cayenne blend.
This chicken on a stick was first introduced in 2019, and they sold
37,000 portions at the state fair.
this year. It might be 37,002.
The cornflakes really give a great texture and crunch.
Cornflakes and not just a fine kind of powder on the outside. It creates more surface area. There's more crisp to crunch on. I admire people who choose to work with chicken breast. Out of all the animal parts, it'd be easier to make something delicious and juicy out of pig brain than chicken breast. Chicken breast can be so dry if you treat it wrong.
Yeah, but it's been treated really well.
Really well. Oh, I bit my mouth. The chicken and a little bit of my mouth in one meal.
Coagulated together becomes this new dish, the Sunny Nashville hot chicken.
Not bad. We got that recipe.
The Midwest's anything on a stick obsession can be traced back to this guy and his invention from 1927. This machine made frying smooth as grease. Soon, vendors were free to shove sticks in and fry up all manner of foods, including our next Minnesota sweetheart, hot dish.
Hot dish is a famous Minnesota recipe. Basically, green beans in a can, corn in a can, some ground beef, cream of mushroom soup, also from a can. Mix it all up. Top that with tater tots. That's tater tot hot dish here.
Hot dish on a stick.
Invented in 2002, hot dish on a stick is a fascinating deconstruction of a hot dish. A skewer loaded with a meatball, a tater tot, a meatball, and a tater tot. And finally, another meatball. Dip that in cornmeal batter. And when it's ready, you can give it a little bit of a dip in this.
This is cream of mushroom soup. Oh, that looks nice. It does smell like a traditional corn dog, but this has a completely different filling.
I can't wait.
Let's try it out.
Your childhood right here on a stick.
Cream of mushroom soup as a dipping sauce is pretty hilarious.
Usually it's ranch, something cool, but this is warm. The next layer is a tater tot. I think I enjoyed the tater tot with the cream mushroom soup.
More.
More.
The tater tot with the corn dog coating. It's a lot of carb on carb action.
But it's sweet and delicious.
I don't mind it.
No.
This is food number 4 on a stick. We're halfway there. Let's keep moving. You keep doing that. I'm gonna pick up our trash and then I'm gonna grab my other trash. Let's go.
Picture this. Spaghetti, but now it's on a stick. 10 years ago, Oodles and Noodles made up their minds to defy gravity with this fun fair food. Angel hair pasta and ground beef. Tie the knot in a ball and settle down on a stick. These meat lollipops are coated in breadcrumb batter. Then they get the sizzling treatment.
I'm starting to see a trend today. Everything is dipped, fried, and
Stuffed, sticked, penetrated.
Like true spaghetti, it gets a slather of marinara sauce and a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese.
Sonny, what do you call a fake pasta?
I don't know.
An impasta.
Oh. It smells tomatoey, fresh. We're looking at a tomato layer, a bread layer, and then the meatball layer, which has some noodles inside of it.
It's like Inception, the movie.
It's like Inception, the meatball. Oh man, that was really good. Everything we've had so far has been that kind of cornmeal batter. I like it, but you don't want it 42 times in one day. This is a really different type of breading, and it's almost like you're eating some kind of crust that you would find on a mozzarella stick with like oregano in there, Italian seasoning. So I like the bread.
All the flavors here scream Italian. Basil, oregano, garlic, tomato. You know, for all the dishes we've eaten today, this is the most freshest one because they use tomato.
This is $5, and you get a real authentic taste of Italy. Maybe not authentic,
But authentic for the north.
you can't really tell it has noodles in there, but the texture is nice. Not overly meaty. It's kind of a unique filler.
The noodles create a very airy texture to the meatball. Instead of having a dense meatball, this is quite light. It is really good.
Boom. Italy on a stick, an entire spaghetti meal. This could feed an entire person for half an hour.
Next, there's an animal in this sausage you'd never find on Old McDonald's farm. Bayou Bob's joined the fair in 1997, offering a taste of the bayou. That's America's deep south.
The guy who served this to us, his name is Dallas.
I thought it was Bob.
Here, their menu is simple. Alligator. Every year, 20,000 pounds of alligator meat go through this kitchen to get deep fried, sauteed, or wrapped up in a sausage. Unlike chicken or beef, most of the meat that comes off a gator comes from its tail. That tail meat gets ground up and mixed with Cajun seasonings, then stuffed in a sausage.
Like a Jimmy Dean's breakfast sausage.
beautifully spiced. I love the flavor.
Tons and tons of bayou seasoning here.
It doesn't go down like a greasy pork or beef dog. It does have more of like a slightly drier chicken feeling.
It is a very flavorful meat.
It has more protein